Good day everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So on today's video I'll be basically teaching you on several things but on my followers request. So let's dive right into it. So the first request we have here is from somebody and said color grading for light skin people won't be bad. So this video is kind of a bit going to be long. Then our second request came from our 30 days challenge post, which day 2 was DSLR camera and mirrorless. So somebody commented and said that we should teach on high-end retouching using frequency separation. So like what the person was making a request of is basically me teaching on how to preserve texture. So that's it. This is the comment, so you can see. So this is what the person is requesting for. So professionals don't call it this, they say high-end retouching by preserving textures, while you can still preserve textures. So we'll be diving right into it. So this is a first skin, so I'll teach you how I edit and preserve the skin tone without making it smooth. Basically the essence of this last comment was that we should be able to preserve skin tone, not making it too smooth. If you check this picture, you see that the picture is already looking soft. So while editing this picture, you have to be extremely careful not to make the person lose everywhere. Just like a balls of orange and you're trying to blur it out, you overly blur the orange out. You know that in orange you see this type of thing, so you would still want to retain these things even when you edit. You still want to have them rather than blowing it out. So removing every single blemish and everything can make your image lose perfection. So we'll be diving right into it, so I will not make this video too long. So I already have a perfect workflow for my capture one, so you can actually just go back to watch my capture one videos or stick around with this. So I just copying this with 4x5. So sorry, the credit of this image I downloaded it from T-Lens Visuals. He's a YouTuber and a photographer. I downloaded it from one of his videos, so that's why I got this raw file from. So I don't know if he's the original owner of this picture. I didn't like check the credit he gave, the person he gave credit for the picture, I didn't check. So but I downloaded it from him. So let's go into it. So what I'll be doing first, you already know, so just come here. So for the sake of this video, we'll be moving fast. And first, while taking first skin, it should be that you have properly exposed your camera settings while taking first skin. So first of all, alright, basically we just move into it. So the Kelvin, which is temperature, is okay. So what we're doing is kind of, I want to increase exposure a little, open up brightness, and I would like to add a little bit of contrast to this image. So won't be bad, yes, it's not at all. So what we're doing next is we open up shadows a little, we take down highlights, take up white, take down blacks a little. Yeah, we're moving somewhere. So come to curves, we come to levels rather, sorry, I don't know why I call it curves. So when we come to levels is here. So while you click this, it's just to create a shine in the image. You can see how popping it is. So what we're doing next is we're going to change the background. So I click on background mask, I refine it. So basically how I get my color grading for first skin is from capture one. I don't wait till I get to Photoshop and start color grading. So I try to apply this. So what I do next is refine that mask. Yes, I apply. So I didn't say that, that's why I went back again. So what we're doing, we're going to colors, come here, trying to tint, trying to go to advanced, come like this. So skin tone, okay, this place is not selected, so I just hold on shift on my keyboard to add it. So pick my AI tool, shift, so we'll do a before, after. So I'm going to reduce it, make either here or yellow. So what we'll be doing next is quickly, there's no time, move right into skin retouching. So come here, click on body and face, create mask, then we'll be doing some little bit of adjustment. Come to skin, click here, add here, so make it full area. What I just did was I selected the place that I feel is okay for me. So let's pick again. So I choose here. So what we're doing is trying to uniform the skin. So push you a little, push here a little. You see that I'm maintaining that yellow texture. And I'm seeing that the background is affecting this picture, so I'll come here and reduce opacity. That's why you work on layers, guys. That's why you work on layers. So let's see how before after something just happened. We have lost some stuff, so I just pick my eraser tool, trying to clean here, on the mask, trying to clean here, trying to clean here, refine. So I'll just refine my edges. Boom. So this works before, after. So I guess we can go to Photoshop with this, but before I go to Photoshop, there's something that I always do. I'll come to retouch. The essence of this is I don't want to stress too much. I will try to increase the iris to a point, then make the eye whiter. Then what I do next is try to remove blemishes. So for this comment, this is something that you should take note of. Try when you remove a blemish, you shouldn't do it too much. If I zoom in now, you see that it is looking too smooth, so you don't do it too much. Somewhere around here is okay to still have that texture reserved. Then I'll remove dark circles. I'll make the skin too uniformed, then add a little bit of texture, little contouring. Then I did the teeth was open up. I've done something with the teeth, so I'll go with this. Then let's dive right into it. To edit to Photoshop, edit variants, edit to, yeah. Now I'm here in Photoshop, so I'll be working very fast. So what we're doing now is trying to remove blemish. First of all, duplicate my background layer. So what I do in retouching my picture, I use the retouch academic panel. I use the VR motion blur to edit my picture. So I create that. For this picture, I'm going to be using the scale of 5 to edit this picture. So when doing this, what you're trying to do, you're trying to separate your textures from your color. Textures are the obvious stuff that you see around the face, the pixels, the blemish and everything. Why the colors is the skin tone, that is a color, so you are separating it. Now while we are doing this, first of all, I'll increase this number. I'll do 20. because I want to actually remove blemish from this picture, so I want more of the texture, not the colors. So let's go create this. Then while removing blemish in a professional way, what I do is I come to this layer. I can see this layer here. So what I'm doing next is we are taking our close down tool and totally zooming in this way is very wrong. Don't like see it like it's perfect. It's way too wrong. So we have to like zoom out. So I'm going to take in edit here. So removing blemish now. So you basically how close stamp work is that you sample, you hold your option, you pick where it's clean, you put on the pimple like that. Make sure the size of your brush, your close stamp brush, is equal to what you are removing. So just like that. So we're just in track. So you don't remove everything. That's why you don't zoom in too much. When you zoom in too much, you tend to like remove all things. You tend to like make it too flat. So just like that. So still removing blemish. So you copy, you sample, copy, you sample, copy, you sample. So if you are having difficulties in trying to like fix a line in your pictures, I dropped a video already, so you can do where to go see that video. So here, subscribe to this channel, so whenever I drop helpful videos, you'll be the first to get it. So if you're a beginner, this is going to be very difficult. This thing I'm doing is like this. It's going to be very difficult for you to do, because before you get to master how to use the close stamp tool, I remember when I was still learning it, it was a hard task. I used to run from it. I prefer using my spot healing. Yeah, you might say, must I use this? No, it's not compulsory. That time I prefer using my spot setting. But the thing is, you want a clean image. You want a clean image. So you want to take your time. So if you want your retouching to be very clean, you will want to take your time to remove blemish, remove imperfections from it, if you want it to be very clean. So it's just you basically taking your time. Sorry, I'm sampling wrong places. So just like that. And I guess we are done with this image. We can brush this image now. Yes. All right, so we'll close this layer. So on my next video, I'll be teaching on how to create the Gaussian blur and how to do your frequency separation. But for this video, I'm using Actions, which is the Retouching Academy. So for this picture, I already said in the beginning I'll be using 5. So click on 5. So because now we want some of color then less of textures. So we have done. Then what we'll do over here is I don't work on this layer. Most people work on this layer. It's not really wrong, but the problem is if you make mistake, you can actually start deleting your frequency separation layer. But when you work here, first you can erase your work because it's on an empty layer. Second, you can delete this layer and create a new empty layer. It still works for it. That's just the difference. There's no other difference. And mind you, if I was doing this not for class, I will remove every single thing. All this hair, you take your time to remove them. Take your time. This will make your picture very clean, but this is class. I don't want to take a whole lot of time. So we'll turn off the high frequency texture. Take our missile brush. you increase. You see some people when they start brushing, you just see them either they are scared, they can leave their size of brush like this and be brushing. You start seeing stains. So it is best that you increase your brush to some extent. At least this extent is good, and you begin to use your mixer brush just like that. Brush. You can see that when I'm brushing, I'm not trying to overly make this picture smooth. That's how people loses the texture and everything, and it becomes fake. How you can see preserve it is that you are trying to just like make the person look good, just like bathing every day to be fresh, not like going around buying. Instead of taking care of your skin, you want to maybe bleach yourself or something. So when retouching, you should just know that you are not making this person look fake. You just want to enhance the skin. You just want to make it look smooth, okay, not that you overly lose the real originality, the shape of the image. So it's just basically like that. So this is not difficult really. It's just that you understand that when brushing, your shadows area is where you brush, your highlight area is where you brush. What I do while brushing is I sculpture my image, so like I follow as the shape is, so follow suit with the shape, then just like that I brush shadows to shadows. I mix shadow areas together, I mix highlight area together. So just like that, you just take your time, do your thing. So don't brush too much. I said in the beginning of this video that this image was already looking perfect, like it don't dey okay already. I just have to allow that act. So for people who don't understand pidgin, I said it's already okay. So you cannot just like begin to fade out image because you see this is how people do it and you want to do it like that. So I already said that if it was in class, we would have taken our time to remove even the hairs and everything, hair strands and the rest. So on my next class, I'll be stitching on Evoto. This is great. Some people think using Evoto can actually make you look textures and everything, but I dictated a way of you can preserve and even retain textures while using Evoto to edit. So on my next class, maybe next week Monday or thereabout, I'll be teaching on Evoto. So what's basically Evoto? Evoto is a retouching software that you use in editing pictures. It's an AI software that has come to make life easy for retouchers, so you don't have to start doing this that I'm doing. But if you cannot afford credit yet, maybe you're a beginner, you have to do this. You don't have choice. You have to learn it and learn it well, because this is what will attract your client to start paying you to be able to like buy AI, pay for AI tools to start editing. If you don't have a paid client, you cannot start using AI tool. Yeah, we're enjoying, some of us are enjoying it now as a beginner, because there are people who are still influencing for Evoto and they are giving out free credits. In a number of years, year or two, it's going to weigh out, and if you don't know this, if you don't learn the manual way of doing it, you cannot like attract clients to start paying, because you cannot afford to pay thousands for free jobs, for collaborations that you are not even going to gain anything, just trying to build portfolio. So it is necessary that you learn this and perfect in it before you start using the AI tool. So but rather I'll be teaching on it, so whenever you need any knowledge on it. And what I'm doing there is not like I can do change background every second. It's not changing of background. I just want to teach on how to retain your skin texture while editing. So I don't know if you can see the before and after. Like you cannot see that I spoiled this image, and if peradventure there is a place I'm seeing that I didn't do, which I'm already seeing, some people may not see it, I will just go back and correct it. You can see here, here now I did something wrong. That's why we're working on empty layer. So you come back to the empty layer, click your E on your keyboard, click eraser, we turn off this layer again, so we erase this part. We're going to brush that again, so click on B, your brush, reduce your brush size, then just brush that again. We dragged in the highlight part into that side, so let's before, after, fixed, and it's like this. So what we'll be doing next is, seriously, so I want to add shine to this picture. So what I'll do is I'll come to channel, come to blue, so hold your control command on your keyboard, come to blue. It's going to create this shine around. You go to levels, come here, push this back a little. So let's see before and after. Before, after. So we'll add a little bit of noise filter, noise, add noise. So I guess 5, let's do 3 will be okay for this picture. Okay, so this is basically just trying to bring back those texture that we just try to brush away. So what we're doing next is I'll come to curves. So we're going to push curves a little. Sorry, it's too much. A little, just a little. So color grading this image, I'll come to hue and saturation. I'm trying to work on general color grading, so I'll do 9 for this. 9 is perfectly okay. So this is hue and saturation. I use 9 for saturation, so I turn it off. I'll go to my selective color. What I'll do next is I'll click my here yellow, so under red, click on yellow. I'll do 5. Then for here I want to take it backward, -5 too. Then for here I want to take it backward again, around 3. So this is how basically I color grade for my yellow skin. That's for the second comment. So what we're doing again is here yellow, we're adding 5. For here we're adding 2 or 3. 3 is okay. Then for here we're adding 3. So we'll now go to our color balance. So here again, add a little bit of yellow, add a little bit of greens, around maybe 1. Then here add a little bit of here. So we're gonna group everything that we've done by color grading. You can still go to camera raw to color grade. It depends on what you use. So for this class, you can see I took this image from looking like this to like this with what we just did with those layers. So I'm going to put a layer mask, then I'll invert my layer mask. I only want what I've just done on my subject B brush on the keyboard, increase only just on that effect, on her, not the background, not her dress, just on her. So I guess you just paint over the body of your subject. So you can take eraser to erase to clean out those parts that were selected that were not supposed to be selected. So just like this. And we have our yellow skin color grading, as simple as this. So let's see before and after of it. Option before, after, before, after. So we didn't fade out this image because we're trying to edit. So you can see our before, you can see our after. You still have everything intact. So this is basically it. You can actually do dodge and burn to still bring back some shape. So let's try to create a dodge and burn curves by ourselves. So go to curves, first curves. We're going to do a dodge here, Control I to invert. So we'll do again, we increase like this, you here, Control I to invert. So take your normal brush to then you reduce your normal brush. Then for the highlights you do like this. For the highlights, then here like this, you can just do something like this, do something like this for here, do something like this for here, do something like this for here, like just bend over like this, then come to the dodge, do something like this for here, do something like this. So this is just to add more shapes and curves to the image. So sometimes you can do this before color grading. So we just come here, click on here, come to properties. We can double click on the icon to open properties, then feather out. Yeah, click here to feather out. So I just basically created these actions by myself, but you can actually have it already. So I just showed you how to create it. It is used with your curve. So we are going to group this, Command G, and then name it DB dodge and burn. So these two, color grading. So it's very easy. So now let's see how far we've come with this image. Before, after, before, after, before, after. We still retain everything while trying to edit this picture. So what I do next is I save back to Capture One, Control S, because I do normally export from Capture One. I have a video of that already, but I'm just going to teach you how I do my finishing on Capture One. So we'll come back to Capture One. We just wait for it to load, and we have it here. So I'll be doing this is I'm working on this place. I will remove dark circles again, add a little bit of skin uniformity, then do this a little, then contour it back a little, then this basically. Then I come to colors, come to basic, go to orange, trying to pop the orange of our skin a little, and go to yellows, try to pop the yellow of our skin a little. So from Capture One work, you can see her before and after. Let me try to make it on slide. So I can add sharpness too in Capture One. I'll come to refine, I'll open up this place, then just add a little bit of sharpness. So let's see. So let's put our image side by side. So let's hold on, come through. So our hand tool to move. You can see that side by side there are still textures in this image. I didn't lose anything trying to like get a skin tone, try to edit these pictures. So this basically, it's simple and straight. So but if I was doing this picture for notes class, I would take my time to remove all these hairs, every single thing you see here. Well, here is it. I still have the skin reserved and preserved, just simple like this. So do it to subscribe to my YouTube channel, so whenever I drop helpful videos like this, you'll be the first to get it.